So this is going to be a quick video. I want to talk about the Unmakyr in Doom Eternal and how I think a lot of you are sleeping on it. So the other day in the Doom Facebook group, I made a post asking those who had finished the game on Ultra Nightmare if they thought that it was worth doing the Slayer Gates to unlock the Unmakyr. Now, in my personal opinion, I find the Unmakyr very valuable in the late game, but I also understand the trade-off of some of these Slayer Gates are difficult and they can ruin an Ultra Nightmare run, and it's kind of better to just avoid difficult combat if you can while trying to get through Ultra Nightmare. A lot of people agreed with that, and that, you know, it's just avoid them to avoid difficult combat, but a lot of people were saying that they thought the Unmakyr was a crappy gun, that it wasn't worth getting in general, that a lot of people only get it to 100% the game and then never bother with it again. And I have to really disagree with that. I do not think that the Unmakyr is as useless or invaluable as people are making it out to be, and that is the reason I decided to go ahead and make this video. So a lot of people's main complaint is that the Unmakyr is underpowered compared to that of the BFG. Now, both of these guns are incredibly powerful super weapon status in Doom Eternal, but their uses are both very different. The BFG is more of a crowd control, area of effect kind of gun. You use it to wipe out entire arenas relatively quick. It's good for pushing back if you're starting to feel overwhelmed or get backed up into a corner. That said, it won't kill certain super heavy demons instantly. As you can see here, I fired 2 shots off, and both of the Barons are still alive. 2 direct shots will kill a Baron, but again, with a direct shot, you're missing out on that area of effect. Each BFG shot also uses 30 rounds of ammo, meaning that you only have 2 shots before you have to get new BFG ammo, and ammo is pretty scarce for the gun. Now, the Unmakyr, in contrast, is more of a strategic use gun. You use it to pinpoint specific demons during combat and eliminate them quickly. You won't necessarily eliminate an entire arena, but you'll be able to get rid of troublesome demons quickly and then fall back to the rest of your arsenal to wipe out the fodder. Now, the plus side of using the Unmakyr versus the BFG is that you don't use as much ammo to eliminate those more difficult enemies. Now, using those same Barons as an example, each Baron takes about 15 rounds of ammo from the Unmakyr to kill, meaning that once they're dead, you'll still have 30 rounds of BFG ammo to use. This gives you options. You can either keep it for another room coming up, you can switch to the BFG right away and eliminate the fodder that's still remaining in the arena. You can use the Unmakyr in the next room to take care of minute enemies again. It gives you more options than just sticking to the BFG. And in the late game, I find it very useful for eliminating Tyrants, Archviles, Barons, or Cybermancubus quickly when the rest of the arenas really aren't too bad. Now, there are some things I do agree with about the perception of the Unmakyr. One is that compared to the Doom 64 Unmakyr, it is vastly underpowered. In Doom 64, you could level up the Unmakyr and it basically breaks the game. It just becomes this overpowered laser weapon. It shares ammo with the plasma gun. The BFG did as well, but it shares ammo with the plasma gun and effectively replaces both the BFG as a ultra powerful super weapon, but also replaces the plasma gun as a fast shooting weapon with that doesn't use up a whole lot of ammo and that you can use on basically any enemy. It reduces the final boss, even on the hardest difficulty, to nothing in about 30 seconds. It is extremely powerful and makes the game rather easy. Now, for balancing purposes with Eternal, they didn't let you use the plasma gun ammo. It instead shares ammo with the BFG. I actually think the game would be too easy if it could use plasma gun ammo, because as you can see, it can eliminate even the hardest enemies in a matter of seconds. It doesn't use up that much ammo to eliminate like an Archvile or a Baron, but you can also replenish plasma gun ammo using your chainsaw, meaning if you could regularly just get full ammo on your Unmakyr from chainsawing an enemy, it completely breaks the game and just gives you an overpowered weapon the entire time. So for those of you that think that it should be sharing ammo with the plasma gun, I disagree with you. It's way too overpowered for that. I can see the argument of maybe giving it its own ammo so that it doesn't share with the BFG, but still, it's a really powerful gun. Simply giving it plasma gun ammo will break the game. Lastly, I have realized in the making of this video that it is not as useful against the Icon of Sin as I originally thought. Playing before, I had used it to eliminate parts of the Icon of Sin. I thought the spread was useful because that you can target multiple parts of the icon at once and, you know, weaken multiple body parts at the same time. But what I have found in attempts through this video is that the BFG is just a lot more useful. You have 4 charges off the bat in the arena for BFG ammo, meaning that you can eliminate 4 body parts immediately. If you had ammo going into the fight, you can do even more, so you could potentially get rid of 6 body parts immediately using the BFG. The Unmakyr is still valuable against it. It'll help weaken the parts so that if you switch to the chain gun or rocket launcher or plasma gun, you'll get rid of them faster. But it's just not as efficient as using the BFG. So that is the one area that I 100% agree in, that it is too weak against the Icon of Sin and is really just not worth using at all, especially because not only does the BFG direct shots immediately destroy body parts on the icon, but the tendrils will wipe out the arena as well, giving you some breathing room. So yeah, just wanted to make this quick video addressing my thoughts on the Unmakyr. I don't think that it's as useless or underpowered as people make it out to be. It's just that people are using it differently than I think was originally intended. It's not meant to replace the BFG. It's not going to help you eliminate an entire room like the BFG would. It's used as more of a strategic gun so that you can pick out specific troublesome enemies, like I said, an Archvile or a Tyrant or a Baron. Get rid of them quickly, and then switch back to the rest of your arsenal to just mop up the rest. So yeah, hopefully you think a little bit differently about the Unmakyr. I still don't know if I'm going to go and get it on my Ultra Nightmare runs. It doesn't necessarily seem worth the risk of some of those later Slayer gates, but it's definitely a useful gun for the late game, and it is not useless or underpowered like a lot of people think of it as. You just have to change how you're using it. It's not a AoE crowd control gun. It is a strategic gun for eliminating specific troublesome demons. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you think a little bit differently about the Unmakyr going forward. I know that I personally enjoy using the gun, but I can understand some of the complaints, like it being too weak against the Icon of Sin and being weak compared to how it was in Doom 64. So yeah, until next time.